working right. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know.
I mean, I could hear you. I just don't know what was going on.
No. We're gonna see in a minute.
You was dancing like there was music. I'm like, I don't hear shit.
Y'all couldn't hear it. I heard and saw the whole thing.
I ain't hear shit. So I
I ain't
mean, but
know nothing.
if it's in there, it's in there. Fuck
Y'all, can y'all tell? I ain't did shit this past week for this podcast. I feel so bad, but your girl been in pain. Like I've been holding that bed down for something serious because this hand has been on fire. Okay.
I
As y'all
feel
can
you.
see, Gypsy's on screen with us, but she ain't gonna be cutting up like her usual stuff because she out handling business. So she's audio only for the moment. What were you gonna say, Sean?
Nah, I feel you, man. Ain't nothing like when you injured. You know, when you down. You know what I'm saying? That shit is the pits. But you know, if you got
Yeah.
you some good drugs, it do help a little bit. At least
Listen,
it'll knock your ass out.
I promise you, like I was telling y'all. So what happened was, I feel like at this point, let me put this disclaimer out. I need bubble wrap and supervision because clearly I'm fucking accident prone. Like I don't even know what be happening. But 4 weeks post-op, I was walking down the stairs in the house and I just completely fucking missed a step. Like, can't even tell you what happened. Not the first time it's happened, but it's been a long time since it happened. And
Oh
I was
Lord Jesus, oh help me, Lord, oh Lord.
and I had the presence of mind to be like, whoa, kind of force myself back so I didn't go tumbling head first. But I slipped because I was trying not to hold on to the railing. So I didn't have anything. So when I felt myself going, I was like, oh shit. So I tried to grab the railing. And and the momentum was just doing what it did, and gravity was doing what it did. And so it kept pulling me down and it yanked my arm really hard. And so, I called like a week later and the nurse was like, oh, it sounds, like normal. Uh, I think it sounds like you just probably yanked everything awake instead of it being able to slowly wake up, since it was only a month post-op.
Mm.
And so I was like, okay, I was just kind of grunting through the pain, pushing through, like, okay, normal. And so last week at my 2-month follow-up, the surgeon was like, no, I'm a little concerned. So I ended up, okay. So this is the funny part about this. I had to lay in a Superman position, like the flying position, for like 40 minutes to get this MRI of my hand. And it's so like I've known this for years and I've taught this in trainings. I don't even know how many times a lot of times I'll make everybody stand in the Superman pose at the end of the training because it makes you feel better. It boosts your confidence. But y'all, after laying in that position for like 40 minutes, I felt fucking invincible. Let me just tell y'all that. I didn't even feel no pain in my hand. I legit just felt invincible. So anyway, long story short, I had my follow-up today. Thank God they do not have to go back in and do further surgery. It's not that bad yet, but I really strained and stretched my tendons and my ligaments. So my hand has been on fire like 24/7, shooting
Mm.
pain down both sides of my arm. Like it's been excruciating some days. So they got me on this steroidal pack, like 6 pills today, a step down every day until you get to, I think, 1 or 2 pills on the last day. I got to go back to physical therapy for 4 weeks because they're trying to get the swelling down because it's so inflamed. The whole MRI was just lit up. So they're trying to get the swelling down before it causes too much compression and causes another issue to force surgery or something else. So, anywho, I was on the phone this afternoon once I got back home on the phone with my girlfriend. We just talking la la la, and I was like, I just felt it kick in. Like, I was trying to describe it like it's this moment when that pain medicine kick in. It's like it don't matter what's going on. All of a sudden, everything is just right in the world. That's all I can say is everything felt right in the world at that moment. Like I didn't give a fuck what was going on with nobody. And I was holding that bed down for the last couple hours till I literally jumped up at 5:50. Like, y'all ready? What are we doing?
Man. Sounds like you had some good drugs, 'cause that's what drugs do. When they kick in,
It kick in.
They kick
hmm
in. And y'all that know me know I have a pretty high tolerance for pain. So by the time I get to the point of saying I need to tell you something because this is hurting, like it's damn near excruciating to me. And so I'm bringing this up because our topic today is rest is rebellion, right? And so for me, part of my rest has looked like being more aware of my body, nourishing my body, not waiting till I'm at the brink of breakdown or at the point of excruciating pain or my body is screaming to be like, I should lay down for a nap or I should take some pain medicine or let me make a tea blend or use my tincture or whatever it is that I have. Because I believe in a blended nourishment. I believe in the medical system in some parts, and I believe in holistic, medicine and care and natural medicine and care as well. So I have all the things, got my own little miniature apothecary, all of that. But part of my rest has been being way more mindful and not waiting till the shit's hitting the fan or it's a five fire alarm, 5 alarm fire. Did I say, yeah, 5 alarm fire to respond and be like, okay, let's pause. So I want to kick that out is let's think of rest as not just traditional laying down and taking a nap, but awareness, being in tune, boundaries.
I mean, and you definitely gotta have your boundaries now. Hey, just a question. That ain't just stroking hand, is it?
You know what, Sean?
I'm just asking because I know some nigga out there like, damn, is it that hand? Because I love that hand. But I'm just saying.
You know what? I that that I can't even say nothing. You know it's trying to leave me be. I'm over here, my sleep cocoon. I'm peaceful. I ain't bothering nobody.
I mean, yeah, it's a legitimate question because it's some dude out there that's probably missing that hand right now. That's all I'm saying. But but nah,
Oh
you definitely gotta control your rest because it's been times when cats wanted to go hang out and I'm like, yo, I'm tired. Oh, come on, let's go to the club. Hell no, I'm
yes,
going to sleep. Y'all can tell me about
yes,
that tomorrow.
Right.
facts. And I think I'm gonna say for me as an introvert, I'm the kind of introvert that I want all the invitations. Like I'm gonna feel some type of way if you don't invite me and you say we cool. But I
Mm-hmm.
also want you to have the understanding that I'm probably not coming. I just want to
Right.
know that you know that I should be invited in case I decide that I want to come. Probably not gonna come though, because I don't like overwhelming crowds of people, all the noise and the yelling and all the shit and all the things. You know what I'm saying? I get talked out trying to make small talk. Like, what the fuck is small talk? How you doing? What do you do for a living? Where you work at? Where's the weather? Like in your side? Like,
You see, that's
no.
that's the wrong kind of small talk. So, fellas, if y'all listening, your small talk should be like, "Damn, what do you like to eat? Because I like to eat. What do you like? Something that's gonna make people think. Because when you just be like, "What's the weather? Or how's it?" That's that bullshit that everybody do. So you gotta do something different, and don't
Oh,
be weird.
you so pretty. Why you single? What's somebody as cute as you looking, doing single?
Nah, because I'm automatically you single and you cute. All right, you crazy. I'm automatically thinking that. So I'm not gonna ask that question. I'm gonna ask other questions to see how crazy you are. Is it a crazy I can deal with? Or is it crazy I can't deal with? That's what I need to know.
You mean automatically crazy? I am offended. No. Hmm.
you
No.
take offense. You take offense. You take offense to that remark, or do you resemble that remark? Hmm.
I take offense to the remark and I
Oh.
resent the remark. Yes. But for
But
real
nah.
though, and it don't even have to be men. Like it could be women, it could be anybody. I don't want to sit in a crowded room of people. Because one, I'm gonna go find the furthest corner. I want to know what all the exits are. I want to know in case some shit pop off or y'all get on my nerves, how do I get the hell up out of here quickly, right? I also want to be able to observe the room. I want to just be able to see what's going on and filter stuff through my own processes before I decide to engage with people. But every single time, somebody's gonna be like, "Why are you sitting over here in the corner by yourself, princess?" Or a lady's gonna sit down who crazier than me and want to have a conversation. No, we are not the same. We not finna be stalking nobody up in here. We not finna be fucking with nobody in here. Leave me be and go take your wretched ass over there somewhere else and bother somebody the fuck else. Like, let me be. This is why I want the invitations, but I don't really go. I just need to know that
See,
you know that I'm supposed to be invited.
see,
And I'm so serious right now.
I'm kind of hot right now because when I called out being crazy, you like, oh no, and then you gonna turn around and say, yeah, I'm crazy, but you crazier than me. I mean, which
I
one
can
is it
say
now?
it. I can say it.
Oh, okay, okay. So it's like white people in the N word. Okay, I got it. I got
Yes. See, now you rocking with me. Now you rocking with me.
it. I just
But
needed it to be explained. That's all.
love the fact that you caught it. See, that's why I rock with you, Sean, because you caught that. No. But
I'm just saying.
also, I agree with your thought that like there's gonna be times when I want to really be in my mind, like, okay, I already know what outfit I'm gonna wear. Okay, I need to go get my, my cut shaped up. I need to, get me figure out what smell good. Like I'm already mapping it out. Okay, I can do that. This what time I'm gonna get there. This one time I'm leaving. Already ran through it. And then the day of, it might be just that kind of day with clients, or maybe I end up having to run unexpected errands or show up for somebody, that I love dealing with an emergency or whatever. And so it's like by the time that fun thing comes that I really, really wanted to do, my
You
mind is like,
drained.
oh, man,
Yeah,
I want to
you
go. But
spent.
my body's like, bitch, I will leave you on the street corner. You know what I'm saying?
Huh? You spent. I feel you. And it's nothing worse, especially when you out and buy that new fit, that brand new fresh fit, and you like, I'm going to kill him. I'm
Hmm.
going to kill him.
Okay.
And next thing you know, you sitting there like, shit, I'm about to knock back these E's. Fuck what you heard.
Facts, facts. Or don't forget the moment where you get up to start getting ready. And then you make that mistake and sit on the bed or the sofa and you be like, I'm just gonna sit here for 5 minutes, just 5 minutes. And you wake up 4 hours later. I've
I'm,
done that.
I'm gonna tell you what get me. It be the right, like I'm like, boom, bam, I done did all this, did all that, and shaped up all my shit. I'm fresh. Get in the shower to wash the hair off me, and that shower be so relaxing.
Oh
And I come
man.
out and I sit on the bed like, all right, I'm just gonna sit here for a second. I'm about to get up, and the next thing you know, shit. Yep. I'm wait, it might be tomorrow. You're like, oh fuck, I'm
Man,
sorry, I
listen.
fucked up.
Be like, my bad. Or you get some good. Like it be them moments too where y'all be like, we just gonna get a little quickie in. That's all I'm gonna say.
Now that right there, that right there, that's the best. But I mean, I've as I've gotten older, I've become more methodical because it'll be times I'm like, nope, I'm not even gonna do. I want you, but nah, I'm gonna wait because I know we about to go do this, and if this happen right now, ain't shit getting done. But that depends on what it is.
Fact.
Now, if it's just something that like, okay, we can do that tomorrow, shit. But you know, it just depends on what it is. That's
So
all.
wait, so you prioritize? Okay, I want to because I yeah. Wait, you prioritize not having sex or intimacy with your person and going out to hang out with your friends. I want to make sure I'm understanding what
No,
you're
no,
saying.
no, 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 no. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, if I'm doing something with my person, if we
Okay.
have plans, and I know that if we get something started, that them plans ain't gonna happen. It depends on what those plans are.
Okay, now I'm with you because the plans might be on. I got you. Now I'm with you because the plans might be on 10, once in a lifetime, whatever. Yeah, I don't want to miss out on that because we can have sex later. I'm with you on that. I just wanted to make sure you weren't one of them guys that be like,
Nah,
I'll be
nah,
back, babe, and be
nah,
like,
nah, nah. Cause
Uh-uh.
I'll tell
Wait
my
a minute.
boys real quick. They'll call me up like, yo, fuck that. I'm getting some top right now. Shut the fuck up, nigga. Woo.
Do you remember Eddie Murphy and Boomerang when he said, I spent $200 on those tickets? She put the money on the counter when she left.
baby, I was worth more.
Like I don't remember that, but shit, I wish a boy would do that to me. Sometimes a man do want to feel like a whore. Sometimes,
You don't
shit.
remember that? That
Oh
was
my
like the
god.
It's, you
most
know how long
classic
it's been. So
scene.
I'm not the type that'll rewatch and rewatch and rewatch movies. I seen Boomerang when it first came out in the movie theater. That was the only time I seen it.
That scene is classic because he felt like a bitch when she left because she put her clothes on. He said, you leave it? She said, I gotta work in the morning.
I vaguely remember. I'm like you, Sean. Unless it's something that I just really rock with. Once I see it in the movies or on TV, I don't necessarily go back and watch it again. I remember bits and pieces. I vaguely
Right.
remember that scene, but I get the sentiment of what she was doing. Like, shit, I was still worth
Hmm.
it. You know what I'm saying? On that
Right.
note, y'all keep it rocking. I thought my charger was up here. I'll be right back.
Oh, all
So
right.
I do want to say that I'm with her on the rest and the relaxation and trying to and prioritizing yourself. Um, I'm not doing a good job of that right now, and I think I'm having trouble setting boundaries with people. That's the main thing is like I gotta I gotta set boundaries and let me be a priority instead of what everybody else wants and needs. And because the thing is at the end of the day, nobody's gonna look out for me but me. So I gotta stop looking out for everybody else and making everybody else the priority. Um,
And that's true.
la- the la- the last week, my blood pressure has been extremely high. I almost got kept in the hospital last week. Um, and a lot of that has to do with um, me allowing things to stress me allowing things to, get on my nerves and stuff, and me not prioritizing me. So, and a lot of times people make you feel selfish when you prioritize yourself, but at the same time, who are they prioritizing when they're calling you about stuff?
And I say fuck 'em.
Yeah,
You can say I'm selfish. You can say whatever the fuck you want to say. You know what? You ain't the one here dealing with my shit. I'm dealing
right,
with it. So you know what? If I need to sleep, if I need to crash the fuck out, and I don't mean that in a bad way, like these
right,
YNs. I just mean that by crashing out like it used to mean back in the day.
right.
You know what I'm saying? But if I sit on the couch and I wake up 5 hours later, that's just what the fuck it is.
Absolutely.
You can be mad all you want to, but you know what? I'm still here, so you know what? We can make some other plans.
So I wait. Nadina said, "Why you single is the one question I hate the most." Men always ask that. What if women started asking men that? And I've asked. I turned that shit around real quick. Why are you single? Well, yo, shorty, you ever been married? Have you? You got any kids? Do you? Like, if you gonna make me feel like I'm in an interview or a Spanish Inquisition, I'm gonna get that same energy back. Like, I just feel like people are doing the bare minimum when it comes to engaging, and not even talking about dating. I'm talking about period being social. I feel like people have gotten comfortable spending the bare minimum energy and emotional investment in actual conversations to get to know people, to weed them out, whether it's somebody in your friend group, your associate group, your professional group, or whatever. All this damn short type or what it shorthand. What the fuck is all these acronyms? Like, I just, y'all, this shit aggravates me. So I'm with you, Nadina, and I don't get it. But I wanted to respond, and I see you got something. So share it, Sean, and then I'll respond to what you and Gypsy were talking about when I walk back in.
Cause I'm just saying, like, women think like that's gonna be like put it. Well, all I'm gonna say is this: that's not gonna put a real man on. If you ask him that question, he
Oh,
gonna
I
be timing up
wholeheartedly
for you.
agree.
He gonna be timing up for you, and he gonna answer that question, and he gonna answer it honestly. Now, if he a bitch ass nigga, I shouldn't have said that, but yeah, if he's other than a real man, he gonna say some whack shit, and then that's gonna be your cue right there to be like, I ain't got time for this. You
I
know what I'm
wholeheartedly
saying?
agree with you, Sean. I feel like I do it because I'm gonna give you that same energy and see how you handle it. Like, don't make me feel like you're trying to interview me with 20 questions in 30 seconds to figure out if I'm worth your time, male or female. Like, if you want to get to know me, I happen to operate with the mindset that my presence is a luxury and a gift. And so, in order for you to get that presence from me, you got to make me feel like it's something in it, it's something worth it or something valuable there. And I will bestow that same, I will reciprocate that same energy. And so I've said that to some guys and they came right back with it. And we had like the best conversations. And sometimes it turned into a date. Sometimes the more you talk, you realize we don't have that much in common or our personalities too different, whatever. And then, like you said, I'm not gonna say a bitch nigga, but I will say if it's an immature dude, then he might start popping off at the mouth, or that's when the name calling comes out, or something stupid, depending on the flavor of the day.
And see, this is my thing that a lot of men don't do. What a lot of men do is they see every woman as an object, something to, you know, whatever. And instead of just seeing them as a person and just having a conversation, because it might just be that conversation that gets you some good dick.
I mean, yeah, I can't even lie.
That's,
Yeah.
you
Like
know,
that,
I wasn't
me and
even
my friends joke about it all the time. Men will talk they stuff out of pussy so fast, it's just mind blowing.
I wasn't even attracted to you. I was just, hey, how you doing? We started talking. Next thing I'm like, shit, I'm about to knock her off. She talking, she saying all the right shit, So it be like that.
It really does. And like I said, I'm broadening it to say it's so much bigger than men and women, because women can meet each other and be great networking experiences or bring new friendships to the table, new sisterhood to the table. But a lot of the times um I don't like to go to different events because it especially if I don't know anybody there. I remember, I'm trying to get this off the screen so I can see y'all. There it goes. I remember and this has been some years ago, but this one lady I knew, she was doing her grand opening for her business in her new location. And so she had been doing it for a while, rocking, doing her thing. But this was her actual store launch, right? So I showed up. I'm like so excited for her, like, oh my God. I had already purchased some stuff from her. Like, this your day, baby. Shine. They got the music, they got the food. It was a really nice day.
Mhm.
But oh, the bitches, and hear me well when I say this, guys. I am not saying that all women are like that, because we're not. There are so many amazing women and so many amazing men walking the face of this earth that are comfortable in their skin, that are secure, that rock with you. We out here. But and this ties into the topic. I'm gonna tie this into the rest as rebellion. But there are so many people, men and women, that are operating in a space of insecurity. And so that's why me as an introvert, I don't like a lot of small talk
Yep.
in social settings, because a lot of the times people are coming to the table trying to figure out what it is about you that makes other people want to
Hmm.
be around you, or why you got a certain energy that when you walk in the room people notice, or why people are flocking to you, whatever the thing is. So when they dial up a conversation with you, it's more so centered around figuring you out so they can one up you and say something. And I'll give you the example. So I use this lady's event, right? I'm in there, we having a good time, I'm celebrating her, I'm just enjoying myself, meeting a few different people, seeing some people I recognize as well. And this one lady walks up to me, her and her little clique. I think they were in a sorority, her and her clique. Oh, who are you? I had just finished talking to the lady of the day. Who are you? What's your name? I said, I'm Jazz, or Jay, or whatever I said. And she introduced herself, whatever her name is. Disclaimer: I was taught how to shake by my dad, who was a military man, and by my aunt's husband, who was a military man.
So you went in there and crushed the shit out of her
Wait a minute. Did she lip noodle you? Did she lip noodle you?
What you say, Gypsy?
Did she lip noodle you? Because you know
Girl,
sometimes. Ugh.
you already know. So that's where I'm going. Strong, you know too. So that's where I'm going. I don't care if it's a man or woman. I hate when somebody be like,
When they lip noodle
Yeah.
you, that means they really not trying to shake your hand. They really
you
are really.
understand?
That's a passive
Yeah.
aggressive thing. Yeah, that little lip noodle
Yeah.
thing.
You
See, I
understand?
was military, so that's why I said we used to call it the
That's
lip
exactly
noodle
why
too.
I said I was taught by these two particular type men how to shake,
Yep.
right? So anyway, so she shakes, she puts her hand out, we shake hands, and she starts. Somebody had mentioned something about me. I don't even remember what it was, but it was something about my business. And she said, "Oh, what do you do?" And at the time, I think this was like 10 years ago. I think I was using the title life coach or something, whatever, holistic coach. I don't fucking know. And she starts to proceed and tell me all this shit about how amazing she is. And she's a licensed therapist and she has her master's and blase, blase, da, 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 da. I said, "Oh, that's wonderful." And she said, "Well, what do you do as a life coach? What's your background?" I said, "Well, I'm a master's level this, I'm a PhD educated this, I'm about to work on my dissertation. I use the title life coach, but I've done this, this, and this for the past, at that time, 15 years, blah, blah, blah." And the look on her face changed when she realized I wasn't some little mock puppet simp that she was just gonna be able to, and
Right.
I'm tying this into the rest part here because what I've learned in my years of doing this work on myself and with people is you can't rest emotionally or mentally or spiritually or energetically or financially when you are so consumed with outdoing everyone else that you are
Hmm.
perpetually stuck in a state of insecurity and one-upping people, right?
That's most of
Everything
these
and
fuckers up
everybody is
here in DC.
competition. Huh?
I said that's most of these fuckers up here in DC because the first thing they ask you is where do you work, what do you do, what's your title, and if they find out if they think that you work in a certain area, then they were like, oh, so how long have you been doing that and this that and the other, and and it's like, come on now. So you know what I tell
Mm-hmm.
people?
Mm.
Wherever they meet me at, that's what I tell them my job is. If they meet me Instacarting, I'm an Instacarter. If they see me delivering packages, I'm a delivery person. Now,
Yes.
and see if you still are interested in what thought. If you thought I was going to be able to help you get up or whatever, because that's a lot of times that's what they are doing here is they're just looking for somebody that could go in their circle that
Yeah.
for lack of a better word, they could kind of use. Am I wrong, Sean?
What you just said.
Nah, not at all.
But Sean, you're also in Texas. Like, do you feel like it's a
But
different
he was
scene out
here.
there, or have you experienced similar out there?
I mean, all I could say, is Texas it is a different flavor than what I'm used to. Cause I'm used to New York, New Jersey, Philly, Maryland. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm used to, all the way down to Florida. You know what I'm saying? But the East Coast, they on a different type of vibe. So
Hmm.
out here, my vibe it may be a little abrasive, but at the same time, I'm me.
Mm.
And so I feel like if you're an intelligent
Put
person,
back on the damn charger.
damn, put that shit on the damn charger. God damn.
Conjure is abusive. My God.
I know your AI over there cursing you out and
I
shit.
know, even Siri is abusive to me. I told that bitch I need relaxation and rest.
Oh
Yeah,
my
bitch.
God.
She like, bitch, you better let off. Fuck my whole thought process up. But anyway, back on track. Like I was saying, it's a different vibe, but hey, either you gonna accept it or not, and that's just me. I don't give a fuck. You be like, oh no, I can't. Okay, cool.
I think the reason that you and I and Gypsy all click the way that we do, and we have been able to have such a vibe with this podcast and the things that we want to talk about and the ideas that we want to bring to this is because of our personalities, right? But I think it's also the reason, as one of my exes used to tell me, that's why people don't like you. That would be so damn hurt at first, like, fuck you mean people don't like me? But I really started to get what he was saying. Like, it's not that I'm not a decent person, but when you have the type of strong boundaries that we all display, when you have the type of strong personality, unashamed, unabashed, unapologetic, like you either take me as I am or fuck you, that tends to scare people, right? Because people are you like, and to quote something Benny used to say, and Kiana used to agree with him, people like to be lied to. And I'm like, I have at first I was like, I don't agree with that, but I really have, over this past little bit of time, been really having to acquiesce to that and say, they might
No,
be on to something because
no. People do like to be like people. Look, and that look. I'm gonna tell you. Look, I had to fight every day of my life from
you like
elementary
stealing and
school.
You
another
did like
person.
Celie.
All
From
my
from
life
from
I had to fight.
But from elementary school up until ninth grade, I had to fight every fucking day because I've always been the type of person that I'm just want to see what the fuck is on my mind and I don't give a fuck. And it's not like I had the mentality like I don't give a fuck. It's just like why not say the fucking truth? And so yeah, now I had to
Okay, I'm
fight.
gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Why not say the truth? Because sometimes um, we don't want to hurt people's feelings, or we're afraid of that if we vocalize something that we don't like, um, we'll be ostracized. And I'm saying this from my perspective as somebody who's been in active therapy. I'm in therapy now and trying to figure this shit out because there are times that like I can't tell. For example, my father, he does a lot of things that I don't like and a lot of things I don't care for, and it's almost like he still thinks I'm a kid. I'm not a kid. I'm an adult, and treat me as such or leave me the fuck alone. And and since I lost my mother, I tried to be the good daughter and try to be with him in his latter years, but he doesn't make it easy. He doesn't make it easy. And I'm emotionally tired. I'm mentally tired. My blood pressure has been so sky high lately because I'm just stressed the fuck out. Between him and my other son, my older son, I'm stressed out. And I'm just like, I can't keep going like this because again, like I said, people's expectations of you is they expect you to do for them at all costs, but yet and still they're very selfish in their own needs. So I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm a vet and I'm furloughed right now. And do you think they care? They don't. He's asking me about going to Chicago for a fucking birthday party with people I don't even fuck with. And I don't fuck with people that fuck with people that I don't fuck with. So I'm not going. No, I'm not going. Whether you go or not, I'm not going. And don't ask me again. And then how fucking selfish of you is it to ask me knowing I'm furloughed and I still have to pay my damn mortgage? So
You
And you
said that
don't
with
fuck
your
with
chest, and
people
I
you
know that
don't
you
fuck with.
felt it.
right.
Right. I know you felt that because you said that straight with your chest. But
Hell
I
yeah.
think I think there's a couple of things happening there. One, you're standing on boundaries for your well-being and your self-care. Two, you're standing on boundaries for who you deal with and who you don't deal with and who gets access to you. And I think those both, I mean, you deserve kudos for that because everybody doesn't feel strong enough all the time to do that, right?
But I
But
hadn't been
three,
feeling strong enough. There were times that I would go and fuck with his side of the family, even though I don't fuck with them. Because it was something that he wanted and stuff. But this time, I'm like not spending my money to go and fuck with people I don't fuck with for you.
So you was fake fucking with them to appease him.
Right.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. The third thing is I can't speak for other cultures because I ain't them. But I know in our communities, we are raised, shut the fuck up and do what I said do. I don't care if you don't like them, go hug them, go be respectful, go be polite,
Right.
take that damn candy, take that present, sit your ass down until I'm ready to
Mm-hmm.
go. Like we are raised to forget our own autonomy
Right.
and do whatever's necessary for the sake of everyone else's comfort, everyone else typically being the adults or the elders, right?
Right.
So, I can understand you not feeling comfortable in the past, and now you're having to work on that. And that's why I advocate for therapy, life coaching, wellness coaching, do whatever the fuck you got to do for you to develop the skill sets, to develop the coping skills, to develop the awareness of what is it that you need to take care of yourself. And that's why going back to where we started with this, I said I want to challenge us to not only think about as people to not only think about wellness of I'm gonna lay down and take a nap, or I'm gonna set my regular bedtime so I can have proper sleep hygiene now. That's a big part of it. Rest needs to be built into your schedule like anything else, and it needs to be consistent. But rest, I feel like the way that I define it, it is encompassing all the things that you do to take care of and nourish yourself. So for me, that
Right.
includes having healthy boundaries. I got somebody upset with me right now. I had to hang up the phone because they started yelling. I was like, who the fuck is you talking to right now? And they
Right.
kept yelling, quit, because we're not going to do that. But the conversation in general was about them calling me with something that was upsetting to them, that they're dealing with a family emergency. And I said, I'm sorry to hear that. And that's all I had. And I wasn't reacting in the way that they wanted because that doesn't override the other things happening. So I'm sorry to hear that part of it, but there's some other shit that needs to be handled. This all I got for you. And I think that people, that's why I used the statement earlier when I was quoting Q and Benny, when people want to be lied to.
Yeah.
They're used
But
to us placating them and being like, it's okay. No, fuck, it ain't okay.
I mean
Right.
that type of situation, it is a thin line. It really depends on the exact situation and what's happening. Um, so yeah, because one person might see things one way, one person might see things another way, and it could just be a misunderstanding between the two. But hey, that's none of my business. I'm just
So
giving an
I'm
overall
gonna say this in
general.
general. I'm
When
gonna say
people
this in
give
general,
you when people give you your they ask to kiss,
and that's where I'm
Hey,
going.
that's I mean,
like I
that's what I'm
said,
saying.
I
People
just gave an overall general. I don't know the
no,
specifics.
but I'm just saying in general because let me tell you something. Most people have, especially introverts, have a
I
high
wasn't
tolerance level for a lot of things.
I wasn't
But
trying to trigger them.
when you get to that point where you sick and tired of always being quiet and letting people think that it's okay, the way they treat you is okay, then you know they get mad and be looking shocked and shit when you explode on their ass.
But see, that's why I had to fight every day because I be looking at shit from a broad perspective. I don't know the micros of it.
Well,
Right.
and I'm not talking about that particular example. I'm not going deep into that. Just
I'm
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 saying
No,
just talking in general. In
I'm
general.
talking about in
exactly.
general. Right.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. I think that people are used to being lied to.
No, they
Most of the
are.
time, we will say, oh, woo, 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 it's okay. I understand. Even when that person has been hurtful or offensive, or so I'll give a random example to make what I'm saying make sense. Let's say you got a girl and it's another girl A and girl B. They've been besties. I mean, soul deep sisters, right? Girl A says, hey, we need to have a conversation about dot 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 because this is happening in our friendship and it's really bothering me. Girl B says, okay, I got you, and then immediately ghosts her and doesn't talk to her for months.
Right.
And then when she does circle back around, it's like, well, see, what happened was I was dealing with this family emergency, but I didn't want you to think it was you. Months later, okay. So girl A says, "Meh, I am so sorry to hear that's going on." But she has already implemented her boundary of you don't get to disappear, ghost me, and make me feel like I've done something to you, and then pop up when you need me for emotional support
Right.
and dump all the shit from your emergency on me with
Mm-hmm.
expectations that I will now be your defense. So that's a random example. And I think that happens in relationships. I think it happens between guys.
So,
I think it happens between
It happens
girls.
in friendships. It happens in all
It,
so
kinds of. It happens
in
in
that
families.
in that situation, who got the best guac guac? Because that's whose side I'm on.
Oh my God.
what? I just sounds like you're having a party. Like
But
you should be really feminine, you know? but but
Now,
yeah,
go
I,
ahead, Red Cup.
I was just trying to bring some levity to the situation because I understand what you said.
yeah.
I'm just ignorant. I'm just ignorant. That's my
Oh
fault.
no, girl. I mean, and all I don't know which one I was. Like, I don't fucking know. But I think people are just used to, again, people saying, like, girl A should have been like, oh, it's okay. Woo, woo, woo. What do you need me to do? I got you. No, we as adults have to have more accountability to not abandon someone and then expect that because our emergency is overwhelming to us, but now we feel like we can breathe. We can then rope that person right back in where we left off instead of saying, hey, this is accountability. I've got an emergency or text. I've got an emergency that I have to deal with. I don't got a lot of bandwidth. I might not be in touch right now, but as soon as I get some space, I'm going to circle back so we can sit down. That's accountability to me.
but even if you're not in that mental space at that point in time,
When you get some, but
if
not months
if
later.
if you do speak to that person again, you should say, look, this shit was going on. I was fucked up. I fucked up. I apologize. And I understand if you don't want to never have nothing to do with me again. And you should be expecting that.
See, that's going back to my circumstance. That's kind of my reaction. Like, is I'm like this with everybody across the board, right? And this is why my ex used to say that's why people don't like you because I don't even want to say cutthroat with it, but once I get to the point where I feel like you're not honoring my boundaries, I flip that switch. And that's whether you call it the Sagittarius in me, the fucking introvert in me, the J in me, I don't care. But it's like once I get to that point and I feel like my well being is being interrupted by being in proximity to you, I don't give a damn if you're my bestie from buku years ago, my great aunt Fufu from wherever. Like it doesn't matter because you don't matter to me more than I matter to me, right? And that's the rest part of it that I think a lot of people don't get. We are trained and conditioned to want to nurture the person and make it better for them because we care for them and we love them. And I've been guilty of that. I've been out of town training on my feet all day in a room full of 50 people and managing all that emotion and all that energy through that whole workshop and that whole training for hours. And then going to the airport and traveling and coming back home and landing at midnight, getting up out of my bed at 5 o'clock in the morning to go help somebody, even though I was exhausted. Like I've been there, done that, right? But you get to a point where you have to realize that saying yes to other people sometimes is saying no to your own self. And
Hmm.
that becomes dangerous and detrimental. I would rather say no to you and yes to myself if it's going to affect my well-being. And again, this is where the
Exactly.
rest part comes in. We have to calculate the cost when we're being available to people. Whether you're lending money, I learned the hard way. Don't lend motherfucker shit if you can't afford to not get it back.
No, 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 no. Not afford to get it back. Don't lend it if you can't afford to give it.
Same thing, different words.
If you
But yeah,
can't afford to give it and not worry about it, then don't lend it.
don't, yeah. Because they may pay you back, they may not. They may pay you back, but not on time. Like whatever. If you can't afford to not get it back, don't give it, right? Or like you said, if you can't afford to give it, don't give it. Don't give it.
Look,
And
because
look,
look, if somebody called me and they asked to borrow something, I'm gonna give it to them because I'm not expecting it back. I'm not. Now, if you should happen to give it back, I'm not gonna be like, oh no, I'm not gonna take that. Nah, okay, cool, but I'm not expecting it back.
Yeah, I feel you. But also, even aside from the financial,
Okay, Sean,
you,
give me $20.
you
Oh
watching
shit!
Netflix.
I mean, shit, $20. You got jail. I give you $20 right now. I mean, shit.
Well, hell,
And,
since you
and
spending money, I'll take 50. You already know my
nah,
stance.
nah, nah, nah. She already asked for 20, so you can only get 30 at this point.
I mean, I'll take 30. That's lunch tomorrow. Send it on. No. um, but
That's funny.
really though, how many people guilt people into giving them money because they know you're the kind-hearted person that want to look out for people?
I call that dry begging.
Dry begging. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would, go, but I ain't got but $20, and I gotta pay this light bill, or my phone getting ready to get cut off. They do shit like that, and then they know, and they do that to the people that they know will say, "But how much you short?"
Yeah. Because they know you gonna say, come on to breakfast or come on to lunch or whatever. I got it.
Right,
I want to go shopping,
right.
but I ain't really got it. But I need these new shoes, or I need this bag for such and such, or my kids need that. And they know you're the kind-hearted person that's gonna say, I
Mm-hmm.
got it. Or I had to buy groceries for the babies. I don't have my light bill this month. And they know that you're the friend that's gonna step in because you don't want the babies to be in the dark or without gas for
Mm-hmm.
hot water or whatever. People really do manipulate
Yep.
your desire to be a loving or nurturing
Shit.
Person.
person, friend, family member,
Don't,
whatever.
don't let us live in that same city. Cause send them babies over here. Cause I got lights, I got food, I got heat,
Right?
send them over here. And then don't be in a city that I got a family member in. Oh, send them over there. Cause my family, if I say, hey, I need you to look out, they gonna look out. So you ain't gotta worry about it. Go ahead and get your shit together.
I feel you. And again, that's part of rest, right? Because if you're worried about their babies, you're not resting. You tossing and trying to figure out how to help them make a way. If you're
That's
worried about this person can't afford their prescription or their physical therapy or their doctor's real shit. I was at the doctor's office last Thursday, Wednesday, I don't know, whenever. And so this older guy, he looked to be in his 60s or 70s, and he seemed like a really, nice guy. I don't know. But he was at the window and they were checking him in. And first of all, this HIPAA shit is just mind-boggling to me how none of these doctors' office address the fact that they're all violating HIPAA at this point with all this shit happening in the waiting room at the checkout counter. Anyway,
They don't give a
so
fuck.
don't. So anyway, he was trying to check in. He had a balance, minimal balance, but he kept trying to explain to the lady that his card had been locked for fraud prevention, so he was just waiting till the bank opened that morning to go and get it fixed and get a new card, because we were all there at like 7:30, 7:45 in the morning. So his procedure was supposed to be then. And she was like, well, I could reschedule you. We were all like, damn, this wasn't no big balance. But their process was you have to pay at least half of your balance before you can be checked in. Long story short, me and this other lady kind of ear hustling, figured out what was going on, and we got up like simultaneously, like, what is it? We got it. So she ended up, I went out to the car to get some cash, and she had cash on her. By the time I walked in, she had paid the balance, and I put the money in his hand. And he was like, no, no, she already paid it. I said, but you don't have your card. And until you get to the bank, you might need to eat, you might need gas, anything could happen. It's always a blessing to have something on you, right? And he was like, you ain't lying, because matter of fact, I really do need gas. And he seemed like the gentlest old man. My point in using him as an example is he probably wasn't resting that night before, even though he was coming into the doctor's office to get a procedure, because he was worried about my card don't work. I got to have the money to pay this. I got to explain this to them. Right. So our lack of rest shows up in so many ways in our life. And I'm using him as an example to show also how many of your friends put you in that situation because they don't manage shit appropriately. And so you're the me or the other lady. In his case, it was an accident, right? I've been stuck out of town when fraud alert kicked in, shit out of luck. So, but how many of your friends put themselves in that situation over and over and over again because they know you're going to play Captain Save a Hoe and jump in? They rested now because they know you gonna take care of it, but you're not resting because you're trying to figure it out and come up with the resources.
My cape is retired.
Huh?
I retired my cape. I
Say what?
retired my cape.
Say it
That's
again
it.
for the
I
people in the back.
retired my cape. I am no longer Captain Saberho. I have retired my cape. So you're gonna have to figure it out, boo. There's that. There's that part. But the other thing that people take for granted too is that because because you always seem to make things happen for yourself, your environment, whatever, right? They take for granted and they think, oh well, she'll figure it out. She'll get it for us or whatever. They don't understand, honey. I'm a hustler, baby. If I gotta make it happen, I'm gonna make it happen, and I'm not gonna go to anybody to ask for it to help me make it happen. Because one thing's for certain and two things for sure. I've had something thrown in my face before. And so I vowed I would never ask anyone for anything. And if I got
I
to go
feel
out
you on
here
that.
and hit that pole, I'm going to come out here and hit that pole.
Mm.
I'm, hey,
Now,
it
Gypsy,
is
don't
what
get
it
out
is.
there throwing no hip or no knee out, boo. Come on now.
Hey, I'm just saying, the thing is that in all seriousness, though, um, that we came up in that era where you just figured it out. You were expected to either go to the military or go to college after high school, and you were supposed to figure out how you were going to pay for it. You were expected to figure it all out. I don't know. I think in our I don't want to call it haste, but in our misguided attempt to have our children and our children's children not feel what we felt growing up, we've actually um, handicapped them. They don't have critical thinking skills. They don't have a lot of the oomph, the get up and go, and the I'm going to the job whether or not I'm feeling it or whatever because I got shit to pay for. They're really, really spoiled to the point that they really think that they don't have to work. I've never seen so many kids. Well, they're kids to me. So many young people quit jobs without having another fucking job. But like, what the fuck is wrong with you? How are you gonna eat?
Cause
Well,
these
I just
parents
didn't
always
like the
took
way they
care of
was
them.
talking to me, and it was like I just didn't like the way they was talking to me. You think we like the way they talk to us? But I know I can't quit this job without having another one. But
But these parents always took care of them,
right.
I
and
shared
they
this post
continue to do
last week.
so.
I shared this post last week that was like, you could tell the difference between us because we the generation that got our asses beat and the generation that was put in timeout.
Yep.
And I'm not advocating for physical abuse because some of the shit they did to us downright was physical abuse. But I do have some agreement with you, Gypsy, that
Yeah.
I think the basic coping skills that a lot of us had to learn, the
Mm-hmm.
basic critical thinking skills, like you said, that a lot of us had to engage in order to survive, because we was out here damn amazing that more of us was not kidnapped. You know what I'm saying? We was riding
That
our
part.
bikes and doing shit all through the neighborhood, like 5 streets over with our friends. As long as we had our house, I mean, our asses in that house before them street lights came on, or we was in that yard walking in the door, or they knew whose house we
Mm-hmm.
was at inside at somebody's dinner table, right? Um,
Right.
and depending on your parent, you wouldn't spend the night at a lot of folks' house because they ain't play that. They ain't bring their raggedy asses over here to spend the night, and you ain't going over there because we don't know that.
Right.
And so it just really is a difference in a lot of the adulting and accountability I think that we can see. And I'm not all bad on this generation, these generations that are now behind us. I think that some of the things that they're doing are amazing. I think they have some really amazing people. Just like all generations have fucked up people, all generations have great people. But I definitely do think that there is more of an entitlement.
Yep.
Um, but let me qualify that. Even though I think some of them have unrealistic entitlement, I think that this current generation has also positively helped to push the narrative on how influential rest is. Because more from
Right.
my side on it, from the corporate side with training, I'm seeing a lot more of the corporate leadership have to acknowledge that they have to take better care of their people, right? So it's, I mean, you got to weigh it out. There's good and bad in all generations, but I think that they've pushed the rest narrative enough because a lot of them won't take jobs if there are not enough benefits or if the emphasis is not on how can we thrive internally so that the people are healthy, well, and whole. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
Yep.
that's the problem with corporate America, and that's the downside to that because they don't give a fuck.
That
Fuck
part.
you, make my money.
They will fire
And,
you today, or you can die at your desk today, and they will have a job posted before the day is over with.
and have it filled
And
by
a lot
tomorrow,
and have it filled by tomorrow. Because if ain't nobody
and they
applied,
don't
they'll
give a
go to a
fuck.
temp service.
Because I'm
Yeah,
gonna
for
tell
a lot
you,
of them.
one of the
But there
things
are
that's
a lot of good companies out there. I will say that I have the fortunate experience to work with those companies that do give a shit, and they are being intentional about taking care of their employees, putting in more mental, benefits, prioritizing wellness or mental health, prioritizing breaks, PTO, building it into the ecosystem and the internal structure and culture. Because if the person thrives, the company can thrive. That's part of what I teach. And so there are a lot of companies that are latching on to that and really coming into agreement with that. But you know what it takes? It takes us having this conversation. It takes thousands of us having this conversation. It takes millions of us saying, we are now choosing ourselves, even if it means I have to quit that job, even if it means I have to leave that relationship, even if it means I have to end that friendship, even if it means I have to put my family on the no block, the no fly zone and put them on block because I can't deal with their shit, like you were saying, Gypsy. It
yep.
takes us to set the standard and hold the boundaries and the expectations so that people know how to treat us.
That
I
is
think
true,
Gypsy
and
must be
I
talking.
definitely agree. But you know, that's where you gotta put yourself first, and fuck it. It's nothing wrong with being selfish when it comes to your health.
Mhm.
And that's what people don't understand. If you sitting there stressing yourself out over somebody else shit that ain't even got nothing to do with you, and that's having those negative things happening to you physically, mentally, emotionally, and you're not understanding how that weighs you down until you have a fucking heart attack or a stroke.
Mhm.
And everybody be like, I can't believe it. Everything was going so great in their life. But it wasn't their life that they were worried about. They were worried about this person, that person, this other person.
Mhm.
Allowing all that shit to pile up on them, stressing out over somebody else's shit.
Mhm.
And now where you at? Make it make
It
sense.
really became real to me in 2020. Like this was before the pandemic thing hit. At the end of 2019, I've shared with y'all in bits and pieces, that I got really, really sick and we just couldn't figure out why. And then 2020 in February, went to the doctor, went to the emergency room. They kept saying, oh, we can't figure out what's going on. Went to the second emergency room on our side of town and ended up going into emergency surgery. And that hit home for me because I had fallen I had fallen prey to the strong Black woman mentality. We so often are responsible for maintaining, doing, figuring it out, coming up with a plan, holding it together, nurturing everybody, mothering everybody, loving everybody, doing all the things that it takes to keep our ecosystems and our community going around us, right? And so I was pushing it back because I had tenants that I was trying to place. I had tenants that we were trying to evict. I was pushing it back because I had my own properties that I was dealing with. I was pushing it back because I had just gone through a divorce. So I was revamping the business. I was pushing it back because my friend needed me for this, or my friend needed me for that, or my partner needed me for that. And so I was pushing myself to get up out of the bed every day when I could barely eat and go get stuff done and come back and pass out until the next day. And when I ended up in the hospital, damn near dead, because the reality was they let me know, had I not made it that afternoon, when I got there about, I think we got there 4:30, 5 o'clock, because my girlfriend had just gotten off when I called her because I couldn't reach him because he was at work. And
Mhm.
so by the time she got me and we got to the hospital, they were very clear. You would not have made it through the night.
Mm.
And that reality hit me that I had prioritized pushing through the pain because I was expected to be strong, right? And I don't really get into it all the time because it's not about a pity party, right? I'm fucking alive, so I celebrate the day. But I try to tell people when it's meaningful because I could not be here because I ignored my pain because the people I love needed me. I could not be
Mhm.
here because I ignored my pain because I was trying to run a business. Because if I wasn't running it, who was going to run it? And that's what we as Black people, underserved communities often face is there's nobody to take over the business when you're first building it. It's you, yourself, and I, right? And
Facts.
so this is why I wanted, that topic tonight because we will prioritize paying the rent. Guess what? You're gonna be dead in your grave, baby, and they're gonna rent somebody to that apartment a week from now once they get it cleaned out. And hell, may not get your
Mhm.
shit out before they start showing it. That's
Right.
the
Mhm.
reality. You can die at your desk at 3:45, and I guarantee you some of those companies out there have a new job posted by 5 o'clock, if not before.
Mhm.
Right.
So we're killing ourselves and we're not resting and we're stressing and we're dying a fast death because we're prioritizing all the other things over ourselves. This is why I feel like rest is a rebellion
Right.
because
Because
sometimes you got to be so radical with your no, fuck you, and I said the fuck not, and however you choose to phrase it to people. And you got to
yeah,
stand 10 toes down for you. Gypsy, I was going to circle back to you because before we came live, you were talking about how it
my
kind of hit
blood
home for
pressure.
you the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, because I've had high blood pressure the last couple of weeks, and I've never had high blood pressure. And my doctor is very concerned because, like, last week I went to the doctor, and while I was in the doctor's office, my blood pressure was 167 over 90 something. And it's just the stress of everything that's going on, and then the fact that um, I don't get time to mentally, emotionally, and physically rest. Because even if you lay down to go to sleep, if your mind is not at rest, you're not resting.
Mm-hmm.
You're not resting. And if you're not resting, you're going to be mentally exhausted before you even do anything. And it's a lot. And folks need to understand that sometimes a person backing away and taking time, it's not about you. It's about them. And it's about what they need to get themselves together to feel whole again. So that they can, so they can be a functional person. So,
Absolutely. And I'll even throw this out here. And I've been guilty of it. I think we've all been guilty of it, but pregnant women and women that have recently had kids or have little kids. A lot of the
mm-hmm,
times, we as a society here in the Western space will be like, so shit, you chose to have them damn kids. Take your ass to work. But the
right.
reality is that a woman is the closest to death when she is laboring and delivering.
Yep.
She is literally pushing another body out of her vagina. And it took all her nutrients and everything that she is to help create that life over 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months, however long she was pregnant, right? And so,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times we look at women and we see them struggling, and it's like, but they're your kids.
Right.
Okay. Lock most of us in a house with a screaming ass baby, and we're gonna be ready to murder somebody in about a week. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not sleeping. That mom, and even that dad, I'm saying the mom because the brutality of her going through physical childbirth, right? But even for the dad, when he's getting up in the middle of the night, bottle feeding or checking on mama, making sure she's eating, newborn parents, right? They are depleted. I think that's on Gypsy side.
It is.
Um, I'll mute her real quick. They're depleted. And I feel like we have failed as a community in recent years to really nourish our parents and our caregivers, even caregivers who are taking care of their ailing parents, who are taking care of their spouse that was injured, who are taking care of a sick child or a mentally underdeveloped child, right? Or severely deformed child or relative or whoever. That's why caregivers often will die before the person that they're taking care of. And we have done a disservice in our own community for our people because we are not embracing that village aspect of everybody needs rest. Ain't nobody meant to be in the boxing ring 24/7. Everybody needs a break to come out, be nurtured on, stop the bleeding, get some water squirted on them, take a nap, do whatever before they get back up. Even warriors come off the battlefield at some point. But I think we forget that everybody wants to quote that bullshit survival of the fittest. Man, fuck survival of the fittest. Because half of y'all ass ain't fit and y'all still here. So what? Like, we can't just leave people, but we also can't be their doormats. I think that we have to find balance. We have to nurture people when they need it, when we can give it, but we also have to find balance that we're not depleting ourselves so much to give it at the same time. Does that make sense?
I mean, it makes sense, but I do disagree because you can absolutely cut somebody the fuck off, and don't let that no cut them the fuck off because if they are draining your life essence, fuck them.
Yes. Now I'm listen. I ain't got one quick to grab. I got a whole journal I published years ago and still sell in my shop. Fuck them people is literally the name of the self-love journal. Like when I tell y'all it's my personal affirmation. So I'm with you when you're right. But that's why I said it has to be about balance. Um, it has to be about nurturing the people that we can when we can from our overflow, from our available resources, but also recognizing when that person may need something that we can't give, or when we're depleted and we have to say no. That's why I just referenced like caregivers and parents as an example. Most often they're existing in a state of constant depletion and they don't have anybody else to lean on, so they keep going. And then a lot of times people will stand in judgment instead of giving where they can, to create that community and that village effect so that it is not a burden on one individual person, right? Or you got that one person, Captain Save a Hole with that super cape, and they trying to do it all instead of letting the village come together and help the person in need or help them if they need it. So it's a balancing act, and it really takes accountability and learning thyself, healing thyself, knowing thyself, and honoring thyself. So before we close out for today, I'm mute Gypsy and see if she's able to come back on with us real quick. You there?
Okay, I'm able to come back on real quick.
You want to chime in anything else before we close it out tonight?
Um, no is a complete sentence.
Facts.
No doesn't need no disclaimers, no explanation, nothing. It's just no.
Facts.
And then if they keep asking, just say no. Get the fuck away from me.
I mean, you want to cut it.
Right?
Anything you
No,
want to
but
chime in, Sean, on radical rest as rebellion before we close out?
I mean, A, you can't save her because she don't want to be saved, and B, I'm a
Are we talking
hustler,
about the
baby,
hoe?
and B, I'm a hustler, baby. I just want you to know it ain't where I've been, it's where I'm about to go.
oh Lord, no, stop it.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know
And
what's
with
in that red
that,
cup tonight, but
Oh
okay.
no, that's all SP. They ain't got nothing to do with the red cup.
Or ASP. I believe it's in the red cup too. That red cup
Nah,
brings
nah, nah,
a different shining.
nah, nah. Cause I ain't nowhere near nothing. I just been sipping.
Sipping
But I
on that
mean,
crown.
I said he just been
but
sipping, and that's the
I
story he's
come
sticking to.
I come from a long line of pimps and hoes, so
Oh
Oh,
you
Lord.
know.
with that being said, I'm
Yeah, we will. I guess we'll meet up with y'all next week, and we'll
you.
and y'all
I don't get
drop
to say
drop
no
the
closing word,
comments.
Gypsy.
Wait a minute, hold up. Y'all make sure you drop a line, and also make sure you like, share, and subscribe. But drop a line and let us know how you have reclaimed your rest rebellion, because we're pretty sure if you're anywhere over 40, you probably have had to reclaim your rest recently, and especially in this environment that's going on. And y'all, let's
Hmm.
just continue to pray for this country and pray for the least of these, because right now there's a lot of people that may be starving next month. They was already struggling before this happened, but they may be starving this next month because they've cut off food stamps for. Do you know a lot of times it's the elderly, it's
Yeah.
the single mom, it's the disabled person. These are the people that are using the food stamps, and yet the narrative is, oh, they giving all the food stamps to the illegals. Anyway,
But not even just the food stamps. They've cut like Meals on Wheels. They've cut funding the food pantry. They've done a whole lot
right,
of things that it's like
right,
they don't even talk about that. They just throw some bullshit in your face to try to make you believe some bullshit.
right,
So if you know somebody, if you cook too much food, take them a plate. Fuck it.
right, right, and try to be kinder to somebody. Like, just a simple smile and a hello. You ain't got to be nasty to everybody you come across, because you don't know what people are going through. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I just disclosed to y'all that I'm a Fed, and I've had some colleagues and people that are at other agencies, as well as people that work with me, that have taken their own lives because
Mm.
they're they're stressed out. Some of them, got let go in the earlier part of the year and things like that, like when they were doing all of those cuts and stuff. So, I mean, you just don't know what people are going through, and it costs nothing to be kind. And yeah, it costs nothing to be kind, because people are taking their lives because of these things that are going on. That's why rest is important too.
So be kind, motherfuckers.
She's stupid.
God damn it. But anyway, we're
Oh.
gonna go ahead and wrap this up. We
Yes.
still love y'all.
Niggas, y'all gonna keep cutting me off and not even let me have a. I tell you,
Nah,
No,
I
hold
mean
let
up.
you.
her.
That was leading up to you going ahead and saying
Yeah,
what you
you go
say.
ahead. I'm not gonna say nothing else. It's your turn. You could lead us out. Lead us out, soldier.
I'm like, they done ended it. Anywho, since we're ending this with song verses, I'm gonna just simply say, if you're feeling significant, you better think again. Better wake up, because you're part of something bigger. You're part of something way bigger. And if you have not heard it, that's actually a part of a song called Bigger by Beyonce. And I just wanted to end us with that, because I wholeheartedly agree with everything that y'all both said. Like, it's a lot of people really going through. And I think the detriment that a lot of us fall into is when we see people suffering and we see people hurting, we will give everything. I've been out and taken the shoes off my feet before and the shirt off my back if I had a jacket or extra shirt, and given it to people. I've given my last to people so many times that I can't even count. And sometimes I was able to figure it out and make it work, and other times I ended up going through some really painful things trying to help other people, right? And so my heartfelt request to anybody that got a chance to see this live or that watches the replay at some point is, make sure that in your desire to love and take care of others, that you don't kill yourself first. Because if
Exactly.
you are not here, you can't help
Absolutely.
them anyway, right? But if you create greatness, If you get that promotion on your job, if you build that successful business, if you network and get out in the community and find resources or whatever, that puts you in a position for you to thrive and to help them learn how to thrive. What is the old saying? If you give a man a fish, he'll eat for one night, but if you teach him to fish, he'll feed himself for a lifetime
That
or something.
part.
And so I just implore everybody to work on boundary, self care, well being, so that your rest is paramount in your life. And that allows you to teach other people how to rest. With that, make sure that you click the like button on this video before you click out. Hey, Alicia. Um, Make sure that you click the subscribe button on this channel. Hey, your boy said, make sure that you um, click that link and share this out with the people that you love, because they need to hear this. This conversation needs to continue to go forth and be bigger. And lastly, for next week, what do you think, Sean and Gypsy? Because we know some people are about to really go through, people we love, people we know. We are all being affected by what's happening. So let's take the next week to find different resources, even if it's recipe
Yes.
ideas, free links, free websites, free 800 numbers that people can call for help in different areas, whatever.
Right.
Whatever we can come up with, that we can just promote and share next week to try to point people in the right direction, because it truly does take a village and a community. With that, I am going to say we bid y'all adieu. And what you say, Sean? Peace out, bitches.
I mean, I ain't never see the bitches part, but I did say peace.